Let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom. Save the children. The Caribbean resource for years they train. The way they exploit us in Saddam shame. Them take we coconut like banana. We upside and go to Guyana. Trini Island also Venezuela. Them used to wrap up the first empire. And because we such just to say never. Look how long it goes and jungle Cuba. Wake up my brother. Freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Sing children for the young and the old. Every boy and girl, let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Save the children.
DJ Smokeaholic.
For the young and the old, every boy and girl, let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom, 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 freedom. Save the children. For the young and the old, every boy and girl.
When it's done, know this is the girl leader, representing Trinidad, touching it for DJ Smokeaholic. He's the maddest, baddest, sickest DJ mistake. Hey.
Freedom, save the children. For the young and the old, every boy and girl. Let the message be told. I was young, TPD, and was he. I went and married to Fox Kenny, and every time I having problems with she. Baby, girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go. Baby, girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go. True, baby it's true. I love you, but baby it's true.
I can see you hate me, but baby, you forget to think of times they won't share. This thing in my brain I can disappear. Baby, boy I don't want you to leave and go. I'm sorry I will love you like before. Baby, boy I don't want you to leave and go. I'm sorry I will love you like before. True, baby it's true. I love you, oh honey I do.
All of me life girl, it was no pleasure. Make it commitment to love you forever. Don't use no statement and say you would never. Talk about the time that girl you make me suffer. No woman in my life can't talk about them a river. I know some other guy could have been the best lover. Only if you would have stayed in my life much longer, girl. You would have to be telling you later.
I must agree, we need to be a good company. But since you start lining with Barani, no longer you show your respect to me. Baby, girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go. Baby, girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go. True, baby it's true. I love you, but baby it's true. Good God.
I love you, I really do.
treasure. Make it commitment to love you forever. Don't use your statement and say we would never. Talk about the time and try to make me suffer. Woman in my life can't talk about them as paper. I know someone that I could have be them as lover. Only if you would have stayed in my life and thank a girl. Would have to be telling you later. Care about your uncle or your grandmother. If they want to go right past your name, acting you would know when the real later. Talking about how I'm a deceitful liar. Give me a chance and hold my father. Nobody can glance up.
This one is for all the non-believers. This is from Matthew 24.
DJ Soulaholic are the maddest and the baddest. Me,
Mankind will get so selfish. The whole world for sure they will destroy it. I must say I live to see my friends evidently. The scripture become the reality. Children now making children, the system look care about them. All vision responsible, my friend, because they have no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Everybody now go hungry, no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Jah send a Moses to help me, help me, help me. Oh Jah help me. Oh my God. This is from Proverbs 28:10. Proverbs say to do evil, man evil will follow you. I am sure we on the payback is true. You know why the women now dressing as man, some too naked as they born. Lesbian and homo to in command. So much act of destruction going on here in my island. I'm afraid we head in same direction, because we have no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Everybody no money hungry, no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Jah send a Moses to help me, help me, help me. Oh Jah help me, oh my God. Oh. Castellonian treated Castellonian treated brick from garbage when some go eat. Today I can see to that some submit. No more yam, no more okra. Kentucky now on the go, forcing we young girls to mature before. Them corrupt so insane, incest now so I am shame. Some preaching from morning to evening, because we have no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Everybody now for hungry, no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. God send a Moses to help me, help me, help me. Oh Jah help me, oh my God. We now go to Revelation. In Revelation I see politicians, Satan family, they crucify Christ and now it is me. The innocent they keep bombing, yet and you get some spending. Human rights no longer existing. The end of time is approaching, so my people start praying. Very soon I know Jah will step in, because we have no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Everybody now go hungry, no love for humanity, no love for dignity, no love for morality. Jah send a Moses to help me, help me, help me. Oh Jah help me, oh my God.
Soulaholic are the maddest and them are the baddest. Me, tell Princess.
I sing and say I'm taking my wife to party. People vex like hell cause I say my wife I'm not their beauty. So the next weekend on the paper them boys start writing. Yes, they're trying to tell the world it's what that the black man singing. So before them reporters put my career in more jeopardy. And not me to sing nothing again about party. But when the fans and them around the world listen to what I have to say. Anyway that I go, anyway that I pass, we keep balling out. No way, no, this party can't done. Black man, your fans having fun. Black man, jam another one. This party can't done, this party can't done. Come with it, your fans want the party. Come with it, jam a party song. Come with it, we just want to roll back all night long. Come with it, your fans want to shake up. Come with it, build my party song. Come with it, it's you make we boogie woogie all year round. The fans and them they turn and say that it's too complicated. They say we love your jam, so just keep on jamming. Don't stop, black man, yes, we love your music. Don't let no reporter man come in here now and stop it. Yes, you sing and try to bring the whole Caribbean together. Yes, you try to bring a better life for the elder. Yes, you sing and try to make so much other people's dreams come true. It's time that you realize that party people is people too. So no, this party can't done. Black man, your fans having fun. Black man, jam another one. This party can't done, this party can't done. Come with it, your fans want to shake up. Come with it, build my party song. Come with it, if you make me party hardy all night long. Come with it, your fans want to shake up. Come with it, jam my party song. Come with it, if you make me boogie woogie all year round. I tell me fans afraid to reporter. Anytime they want them reporter could put the car in danger. So before them fellas put the pen and paper against me. Yes, I'm making sure I won't be singing politics and history. But my fans and them will buy me record the world all over. Tell me Stalin it's this time me forget the foolish reporter. If they don't know the difference in social commentary and party, then it's time that you start writing for party people exclusively. No, this party can't done. Black man, your fans having fun. Black man, jam another one. This party can't done, this party can't done. Come with it, your fans want to shake up. Come with it, film a party song. Come with it, if you make me party hearty all night long. Come with it, we just want to shake. Come with it, we want party song. Come with it, we just want to boogie woogie all year round. Anyway, that's all I sing this year. One thing I hear it. Look at the people coming out and saying, look, thank you, Stalin. They say the song I sing for them this year make them feel so happy. That with all their ages still make them feel to come out and party. They say keep on man, just keep on singing. And look at what them fellas done, all the damn things they're saying.
Just sing, just sing, just sing, just sing. Don't care what they have to say. It's nice of you to understand that party people must get a break. No, 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 this party can't done. Black man, your fans having fun. Black man, jam another one. This party can't done, this party can't done. Come with it, your fans want the party. Come with it. Jam a soca song. Come with it. Yes, you make me party hardy all night long. Come with it, your fans want to shake up. Come with it. Film a soca song. Come with it. We just want to boogie woogie all night long. Come with it, your fans want to shake up. Jam a party song. We just want to party high. Your fans want to party, feel my party song. We just want to shake up all night long. Come with it, your fans want to party, jump a party song. We just want to woogie woogie all year long. Come with it, your fans want to shake up, jump a party song. We just want to party high.
Yes, this is Gemfm. I'm your host, the Sheriff, yours truly, John Kelly's. Coming up soon, soon, will be Castle Engine Mitchell talking the Constitution of Grenada, Carriacou, and Piedmont. Pleasant good night to those of you joining us already. You say you want person? This is the man, the wizard. Black wizard, that is. From Grenada, that to be exact. Well, come on, honey. Is your price one called the wheel? I can't listen. We're talking Constitution tonight. You should know your rights. As Grenadian, you should know your Constitution and all rights. And what you need to know to protect yourself from the laws and institutions of your country. I want to see the title. Country, and we just don't know. Big paper from the registry, take it out and show. Show me the will you get from your father. That's the under seal that you own Grenada. Show me the will your grandfather gave you, and father was still. I want to see the title. You put all joy slots into foreign hands. Can't live in the island, famous from that man. For marine resources, you give that away too. But if they belong to you, nothing I could do. Just show me the will you get from your father. That's the under seal that you own Grenada. Show me the will your grandfather gave you, and father was still. I want to see the title. It could be your own country, and we just don't know. The paper from the registry, take it out and show. A pleasant good night, Dina. Good night to you. Welcome to Gemfm. How you doing? Your grandfather and father was still. I want to see the title. Sound a big thing now. Consider. Wait on. Vincent or St. Vincent? Vincent? Yeah, your paper. Once you have your bond paper, you won't be a Grenada. Once you have your bond paper, you won't be a Grenada. I say if you have it, take it out and wave it. Oh yes, if you have it, take it out and wave it. Once you live in string baby here, you won't be land. So when the ball head or rasta, all of us belong. Once you live in string baby here, you won't be land. So when the ball head or rasta, all of us belong. Yeah, show me the will, that's mine. And with my Quill King on Gemfm. Eric Matthew Gary, they think that we're great, but run down my honey, like you own a state. When the masses rose up and said, you own this land, he had to lift up. With you be a gone. So show me the will you get from your father. That's the under seal that you own Grenada. Show me the will your grandfather gave you, and father was still. I want to see the title. It could be your own this country, and we just don't know. The paper from the registry, take it out and show. Show me the will you get from your father. That's the under seal. Yeah, show me the will you got from your father. Show me the will. And father was still. I want to see the title.
lot of people want the wheel for the line. Show me the wheel that they got. That you own, Grenada.
Show me the wheel.
Tell me.
Your grandfather deal.
Tell me.
And father was still.
Show me.
I want to see the title.
Yes.
Once you never string band here, you own this land. So when the ball head or rasta, all of us belong. Once you have your bond paper, you won't be a Grenada. Once you have your bond paper, you won't be a Grenada. I say if you have it, take it out and wave it. Oh yes, if you have it, take it out and wave it. I say if you have it, take it out and wave it. Oh yes, if you have it, take it out and wave it. I say if you have it, take it out and wave it.
Yes, show me the wheel, show me the wheel.
I say if you have it.
That's the man Black Stallion. Another son from the soil. Wheel and come again from Trinidad and Tobago. Grenadian roots. Dr. Leroy Caliste. Stand up for something. Check this one out. It's a powerful song. The Black Stallion.
You just stay living and doing nothing. As the world over, you just a freeloader. Problems every day, you have nothing to say. You rather run and hide before you take a side. I tell you, stand up for something or you will die for nothing. In your whole lifespan, you never make one stand. Stand up for something or you will die for nothing. People dying every day and you have nothing to say. Stand up for something or you will die for nothing. Stand up, stand up, stand up for something or you will die for nothing. Workers out striking, black cats protesting. Before you join the fight, you rather break the strike. You like the condition, so they fight in the election. Before you sympathize, you rather criticize. I tell you, stand up for something or you will die. Corruption down with road, still you will not vote. Why? Stand up for something or you will die. Killing going on every day, you have nothing to say. Stand up for something or you will die for nothing. Stand up, stand up, stand up for something or you will die for nothing.
I see we have some pretty good candidates for St. Andrew's big big candidates launch coming up 5 p.m. Sunday 10 p.m. Sunday 10th April, Carlton Junction, St. Andrews. Join us as we officially launch our 4 candidates for St. Andrews. Special address by our political leader, Deacon Mitchell. Let's move St. Andrews forward. And my god sister right there, Tessa Sensei, my church brother, David Andrew, and my friend Gloria Thomas and Lennox Andrew. What a package, man, I'm telling you. You know, this is some new face to politics. I think there's some very honest people that I know that could make a difference in Grenada politics. This, I know, I have interaction with the first 3. Lennox Andrew, we're not too much a buddy, but I know him and I know that he's a good guy. Yes? So, Tessa, oh my goodness. Yeah, Tessa Sensei, she used to be Taylor. And David Andrew, who's a little boy when I was in church, but he grew up to be a fine young man in the church. And he have the head on his shoulder. He speaks many different languages. That would be an asset for the government too. And Gloria Thomas, oh my goodness, I know her a very long time. We went to convent You know, she's a teacher. She's been around for a long time. You know, that's my surprise here in the political arena for her. But I think she'll do a good job, very good job. And they're three educators. You know, they're three people are good educators I know of. So let's see what will happen. And then that's Andrew, my friend. All the love to all of you, brother.
Now we shall know.
Now we shall know.
Serious.
That's the big fortress in Andrews.
It will rise from the rubble of devastation with patriotism and dedication.
As I'm with my host for tonight, Cassandra Mitchell.
Open leader,
taking some vibes from Grenada.
The way you suffered. Oh, it hurts. The tribulations you had to bear will make Superman want to despair. But the blood of a martyr must not be shed in vain. Oh no, we must rise and shine again. The military treachery, but we can't return to the old time hypocrisy. Don't sell nobody your days of reality, because only we got our destiny. Oh, Grenada, land of my birth.
You see when it comes to the YouTube thing, it's green.
Will make Superman want to despair. But the blood of a martyr must not be shed in vain. Oh no, we must rise and shine again. Never again must we blot our history of cause such pain as of October 83. So it's important to be vigilant for false prophets.
Hey, this is Sherry Jones, bigging up Prince King. You're the baddest.
Open the land of my birth, the way you suffer.
That's the man, the Black Wizard, one more time, right here again on Gemfm. As we get ready to get into the show, we just wanted to play some music to keep you entertained and encouraged, inspired. Great music right here on Gemfm. I'm your host, the Sheriff Yours Truly, waiting for the host of the show to come on. Well, in the meantime, in twin time, we're gonna just play you some music and keep you abreast. You know, listen to music. There's very much educational music, informative music. What do we do here? Yeah. We play good music. That's what we do, always. To educate you and to liberate you. That's what we say. Our motto, education is liberation. So check this one out. almost answered the Black Wizard. And put it up from the top.
Well, you don't know, this is Yaga picking up a soulaholic sound. The people sound, a big up sound from all London to Queens, from Queens to London. You don't know soulaholic sound of the best sound. With people sound, Yaga system.
We can try and for one friend in his country. Saddam Hussein face execution for crimes against humanity. Once you commit atrocity, you got to pay the penalty. Well, if that's the policy, why so much hypocrisy? All the massacre in West Bank and Gaza, nobody answer for that. The recent atrocities against the Lebanese, nobody answer for that. But somebody got to be responsible when they use the napalm bomb up in Vietnam. Nobody answer for that. When they use nuclear power in Hiroshima, nobody answer for that.
Yes, tell them with that.
Somebody got to be responsible. Yes, somebody should be held accountable.
DJ Soulaholic.
Mass genocide in Rwanda. Tutsi died like in the days of the slave. Most of them Hutu leaders were tried and convicted in the head. Now it is justice for crimes in Africa. Justice must be stopped surely, but too much partiality. All the genocide in the days of apartheid.
Nobody answer for that.
I'm sure you remember the Sharpeville massacre. Nobody answer for that. But somebody got to be responsible. The rain and terror tomorrow this year. Nobody answer for that.
Nobody answer for that. Nobody want Putin to answer for what?
Mother Africa. Nobody answer for that. But somebody got to be responsible. Yeah, somebody should be held accountable.
Somebody must be held accountable. All the atrocities by the great.
All those who talking about human justice and about international law. Check the history books, you will notice they have been the world's great offenders. In the imperialist quest, tens of millions they distress. Men who should be indicted, one-nighted and decorated. Over 3 centuries of African slavery. Nobody answer for that. The generation of the Amerindian. Nobody answer for that. But somebody got to be responsible. All the blood they spill, the innocent lives they kill. Nobody answer for that. When they invade my homeland, they bomb down the asylum. And nobody answer for that. But somebody got to be responsible. Yes,
somebody got to be responsible. Yes. Before. That is the man himself.
DJ Soulkaholic.
That's the man Black Wizard. More vibes right here on Gemfm. We do it nice and sweet. Good night, Sonia Madeline Scott.
I am making fun.
We are waiting on our host for tonight. But in the meantime, on the twin time, I'm a warrior. That's the man Black Wizard on Gemfm. He said he is the warrior. Are you talking about somebody else?
I was up and guess. When me more than give me, it wasn't my guess. Naturally she saw that I'd be a warrior. So she named me after a woman rebellion. That's right. I'm fighting guys soldiers. I'm fighting the press. I'm fighting trade unions. I'm fighting the zest. Tell them I am the boss here in this country. Me name is Gladius. Touch me, you will see. If you back, put up a rock. Tell them to leave me alone. If you back, put up a rock. Because I ain't suffer hard like a spoon. If you back, put up a rock. Any one of them will threaten this throne. If you back, put up a rock. Tell them I say favor from the bone. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Me chip on the shoulder since I quit the school. If they call you Chester, you just play the fool. Since I'm 79, all of them feel they have a mind. All of that is fine, just because you line. I'm fighting with scholars, I'm fighting with priests, I'm fighting with teachers, I'm fighting with geeks. Tell them I am the boss, tell me name is Gladius. Touch me, you will see. If you back, put up a rock. Tell them please don't get me mad. If you back, put up a rock. Cause I just like bad in Trinidad. If you back, put up a rock. Anytime at all I get in a rage. If you back, put up a rock. I'm beating a lion inside a cage. Long time in this country, man come up the street. Every nook and cranny, a badge and unit. Whether it's RMC, PRA among who's gang, history must record me as the baddest man. I'm fighting with lawyers, I'm fighting with judge, I'm fighting bus drivers, so tell them don't budge. Tell them I am the boss here in this country. My name is Gladius. I feel this first of all, tell them that I struggle. Boy, tell them I'm better than the tell them I am the big one. And I'm better than the Asian. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Tell them put it in the sky. You I want to identify. Tell them I'm the man in charge. And I ain't taking no sabotage. If they only touch me at all, they want got to hold a belly and ball. Tell them I ain't the bad dog. And tell them I'm what's that.
Yes, that's the man Black Wizard. I tell you.
Big up DJ Soulkaholic.
While we wait. This one is called Political Blight. I don't know about that one. But now he's on the executive of the new national, the NDC. Yes, he has a friend, but now he is in.
In the corridors of power, suddenly you start to suffer. Mental disorder. So I feel that dominion gon' take me away. And I go deep again and again. Yes, I feel I might become a sex maniac. And every woman in my ministry I want to attack. So then I'll start sending sexy email to every man if you're inside. All because I catch political lights. Oh. For so long you've been the people's spokesman. So now it's time to put words into action. I say boy I love this country was spite. And I love to serve at the highest heights. But once you enter cabinet room, in this country is like a tomb. is poor people put me in power. Yes, I fail, I might suffer from amnesia. And forget I was a militant union leader. So then I might trample and walk God's rights and say, then with them teachers play.
Sound of it, them.
All because I got political rights. Oh, I see men in civil society performing with honor and dignity. But from the time they say they run the country, overnight they change personality. Big bad men with a doctorate start behaving like illiterates. Some who used to be role models become real devils. So afraid I might suffer from illusion. I go on radio and TV and say,
yo, it's Shiny, and I'm simply saying, pick up DJ Soulcaholic, take it so to the top.
I see every opposition as a career. And take over any Frederick's light. All because I got political rights. All because I got political.
I threatened to tell me in the newspaper, I know that you're queen is Satan. Satan was here to pull up. Laddy-doddy, lead-night. If you get respect, you will get respect. If you play with fire, you will get one also. Instead I thought we'll go and fight Saddam for oil. He should come here in Grenada, like he said and take over. You see, we never set a Satan, don't be going around pretending they love we. Robbing the poor in high society. Politicians don't hear leading the crew. They don't care about me, they don't care about you. And right now, they so-called friends we need to. But yesterday I went to clear my van. When I hear the price from the custom, I know that little black man is Satan. Just next door I went to change money. When I see how they rock that old lady, I know that bad man is Satan. When I see that chichi man minister threaten to tell me in the newspaper, I know that girl queen is Satan. Satan was in the country, Satan in the treasury, Satan in everybody. We have Satan down here that qualify, and they're very good to intelligent, I believe me. Some had to identify. In the ministry, some of them more people. This about a dream, them union. The leader is Satan King. Some of them they hiding behind the law. Some of them they posing as big lawyer, Grenada. Have too much Satan monster. But yesterday I went to claim my van. When I hear the price from the custom, I know that little black man is Satan. Just next door I went to change money. When I see how they rob that old lady, I know that banker man is Satan. When I see how that ballet sent to me, innocently my friend tried to jail me, I know that wicked man is Satan. Satan running the country, Satan in the treasury, they robbing everybody, in parliament to I see. Satan running the country, Satan in the treasury, they robbing everybody, in parliament to I see. Satan, Laddy-oi, lead-night, good God, Laddy-oi. California don't get on Satan too. They in the art from giving trouble. Oh my God, them is the true devil. This Carla and Boss Raider, Black Wizard and many other Pussycat. Glenn is Satan brother. Everything they touch it vanishing. California money fires missing. And right now, start want to they start ticking. Cause yesterday I went to clear my van. When I hear the price from the custom, I know that little black man is Satan. Just next door I went to change money. When I see how they rob that old lady, I know that banker man is Satan. When I see this fake the Californian going on with call beating poor man, I know that policeman is Satan. Satan running the country, Satan in the treasury, they robbing everybody, in parliament do I see. Satan running the country, Satan in the treasury, they robbing everybody, in parliament do I see. Satan, Laddy-doi, lead-night, good God, Laddy-doi, lead-night. giving everything to the country with money they shipping daily. And that is a real great thing. Even my sisters they underpaying. Some of them to them Syrian raping and all that. We Satan government doing nothing. Them Satan real bad, they don't make him joke. All that and can't they sell me passport, even me. Them Satan trying to cut my throat. But yesterday I went to play my band. When I hear the price from the customer, I know that little black man is Satan. Just next door I went to trade money. When I see her there at that old lady, I know that banker man is Satan. When I see her grenade and suffering, only even like them all like pushing, I must say all of them man is Satan. Satan running the country, Satan in the treasury, they robbing everybody, in parliament I see. Satan running the country, Satan in the treasury, they robbing everybody, in parliament I see. Satan,
we don't know this is simple than big enough DJ Soulaholic. Don't know. Baddest and the maddest soca DJ from all bound. Both
deal with them lawyer. Every time I drop case it come up, he say one set and him calling. Is either Anselm or David that doing the defending. So when I get back in power, them fellas like go be grim. Because nobody in this country shouldn't have more money than him. Why? Because I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. Yes, I come in to rule Grenada. I don't want no minister help. If you want to help me, my brother, just go and sit in a corner. You like a slave talking to your master. Wash your mouth before you get belt. Oh yes, I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. Yes, I rule black and vulgar. I don't want no minister help. If you want to help me, my brother, just go and sit in a corner. You like a slave talking to your master. Wash your mouth before you get belt. I realize when the boss man talk, it seems like he just forget. Even when he make a mistake, he doesn't want to accept. Not everyone you see the in position able to handle it. Sometimes it takes a young genius to give them boys a relief. Who beyond to all the politicians who come in to challenge me. Or you think that I am afraid of you because you are the RMC. But before this decade is over, you go dead politically. Cause I am the police who look out for anything that's military. Why? Because I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. Yes, I come in to rule Grenada. I don't want no minister. If you want to help me, my brother, just go and sit in a corner. You like a slave up into your master. Wash your mouth before you get belt. Lord, oh yes, I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. Yes, I rule the back and a vulgar. I don't want no minister help. If you want to help me, my brother, just go and sit in a corner. You like a slip up into your master. Wash your mouth before you get belt. The strength of my government, small visa restriction. Visa that is a damn good thing. You must learn to stay in your land. Every time in the upper house, when the budget debate going on, it have this fella named Mr. Batison. They make it confusion. Everything that this man is saying is about what I'm doing wrong. He only went to primary school where he got this education. I find he getting on too much. I go hush him up for a crime. Cause the money that he taking in the name of Grenada, that should be mine. Why? Because I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. I don't want no minister. If you want to help
DJ Soulaholic,
just go and sit in a corner. You like a slave up into your master. Hush your mouth before you get belt. Oh yes, I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. Yes, I come in to rule Grenada. I don't want no minister help. If you want to help me, my brother, just go and sit in a corner. You like a slave up into your master. Hush your mouth before you get help. My arrogance is obvious. A lot of people say so. You don't see a bad Papa Cherry from singing out what he do. No opposition can test me. They have no time to speak on radio. Canadian pick an opposition, but upon the manifesto. When I say to declare your assets, this is what I mean. I want to make sure my company alone that is coming in. Yes, with all my female ministers, I still going to have a...
Yo, it's Shiny, and I'm simply saying, big up DJ Soulaholic. Take it slow.
Because I'm the ruler, the Grenadian ruler. Yes, I'm ruler, black and a vulgar. I don't want to...
Night and day I'm catching hell. People think I'm doing well just because I sing a few calypso. but that is my misery. Calypso don't make money, but most of them don't know that I have my axe to grind, just like any other man, existing in poverty and this giant ghetto land. But I intend to hang on. Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice, I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me. No way, they gon' have to beat me, they gon' have to eat me, or their heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me woman must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me picky must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Life ain't much for us to choose. Some we win and some we lose. But sometimes life is so confusing. I had a lot of friends one time whom I used to wine and dine and gave them bread when they need it. Now most of them against me, take me like the enemy, simply because I am not what they all want me to be. And with the political views I can't agree, but tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice, I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me algae. No way, they gon' have to beat me, they gon' have to eat me, or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me woman must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me picnic must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Let go. Well, days I at CBC, work at Halcyon for free when they went bankrupt and had no money. Because of my tolerance, they gave me the assurance the job belongs to me. But I hear some people high in our society, they don't like my calypso because they can't control me, so they plan to kick out my ass. Tell them, party no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice, I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me shorty. No way, all you have to beat me, all you have to bury me, more than 6 feet and more. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me picnic must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Election come and gone, some of them treat me with scorn, others put the whole point against me. Tell them I don't give a damn, I am going to sing my song exactly as I see it. Whoever wants to make me a political enemy, who feel that they're playing God and could wreck my life for me, tell them I ain't running away. Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice, I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me shorty. No way, all you have to beat me, all you have to bury me, more than 6 feet and more. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam, me papa must yam.
Yes, that's the man. Beast coming up right here. Sacrifice is this one called. Sacrifices for me.
But nothing long as someone living in dark, you say you go bring illumination back. And when for some it was blood and tears, you presented yourself as the heart who cares. So it felt,
oh, that's what it's called, sorry.
And with the excess give the heart the blessing. But now some people fall, that it seems as though the heart stopped beating. Some people
say man you refuse to give the contract. But when all your campaign was in action, yellow up the whole junction. And that the green he couldn't get a hold on. Yellowness was too vibrant and too strong. But the thing is they drag him in the dust. Now all you commit is even worse.
Canadians.
Oh, what about the old queen in the back? She used to go out they win, now she feels she lose. She house used to fool her yellow ancestries. People used to say she had yellow disease. Now you take she pension and water, cause she had some sun in Canada. Now when the mountain fall, she go in by the post office as usual. Cause she don't want green people know she ain't getting that money no more. Are you ready have her? Oh, now she is disappointed in you. She feels shame and I'm angry too. All you have to fix up things like that. Otherwise, the stay will be short. Cause all you really have heart. Now you touted yourself as the heart of gold, and such a heart could never seem cold. So don't mind how you try to justify. It is cold to pay fast when a loved one died. Now the poor people who put the X for you are wondering where the hell the heart went. They find in recent time that they go into misery and torment. The cost of some sun is damn ridiculous in this land. That is why some people feel sure if you have a heart, it is there no more. But I know the little youth man will tell you the same thing. You know deep down inside that all you fooling. You're telling me man he was so dumb, just to invest better bound to come. Now we cannot see what better about the program. Plus you pretending you did promise in the 1,000. So in you he lose all his faith and trust. If he got bloods and crips can be worse. Oh, what about the brother who worked yes with CCC? To be laugh you care for his family. When you sing change he dance to your rhythm, never knowing that move would affect him. Soon as you come you take that decision and send CCC back where they come from. Now he's on the breadline, his family's future is in decline. Now he wonders why was I so sad. Look how I go and vote out me walk. Well, some days he feels like giving up. He cannot put food in his family pot. No, it is the little things like that that does make people say Jonah coming back. Because all you really have heart. Hey, hey. No, we know for a fact times are not too kind. The country has no financial spine. But now is the time your heart should show. You can just sit and blame the ones before. Cause it is you people and just to get them through and to give them hope in these hard times we're facing. So when the bug hurt them, they can stand to hear you can do nothing. These people lose a lot. Meanwhile the bug mode getting more fat. But you say they can get their money back. They feel it's heartless to tell them that. But I know the little we have them report and know this. But trying to be a true journalist, her question was not out of place or where, but you nearly hit out she had. During your 10 years, the
position. You used to condemn the very same action. So it seems like wrong is only wrong based on the side of the fence you run. Oh, what about the man struggling from year to year? He felt finally somebody would care. Lord knows the way he sacrificed greatly, practicing the whole night like a zombie. Finally he win a little money. A whole year pass and you never pay. And the Calypsonian, oh how he felt you would understand, and would give support to his farm. Instead you watered down his subvention. Now he knows you are up to no good. When you told him you would be better than Brenda Hood. If you do not want to stop and backtrack, it's to the caravan of hope people going to fly. Oh, are you ready? Have that?
Well, good night, people. Good night. Well, I am here tonight, and I think my host for tonight's show is having some difficulties back and forth there. So we're gonna wait a little bit, but we're gonna be having a good discussion because Sonia just said something that kind of ignite like a fire me to talk about while we wait. Yes, that has to do with a number of stuff. And I have a song that I hope I could find it later on. I will play. There's two songs that I have to relate to that same conversation that Sonia spoke of there. You have to deal with the house, yes? Remember we just sing a song, the house is rocking to and fro? And then Darius had a song, the party done, the party finished. Yes, well, lend me an air. We have a little bit of rocking, and I know if the house, if it's an ark, if it's a house, but it's something, the breeze blowing on it, and the sail beginning to ravel of this ship or the whatever they have on top of the house, and if it's thing, whatever you have, there is some disturbances, yes, in the house, and I think I have something. Let me see if I find it. And I think I don't want to go ahead of myself here, but somebody has sent me something. Let me see if I find it, because it's kind of not the thing you will expect now, but it has been there. We knew that, but NDC always talk of their problem, yeah, and people hear NDC, that and that. Yeah, and it's true. They have little problems here and there. Who doesn't have that? Yeah, but it seems for a while that NDC, like NMP, was all good. Yeah, and nothing is going wrong in this camp. It seems that everything is pristine, everything pressed, cracked, and proper. Well, according to the two today, Civil War NMP St. Patrick West, the sitting MP, Tony B, has been sidelined by the doc. That's according to the Today newspaper. It is alleged, but it was done by the doc. And an elected so-called caretaker is now overseeing the spending of taxpayers' money, right? The caretaker has pushed aside all of the old NMP stalwarts and only listened to the two ex-NDC men from Mount Craven, according to the New Today. The old grand NMPites have turned to a man who had earlier tried to get the nod on the NMP ticket, but failed. He then turned to the TGM and next NDC. He is now contemplating a run as an independent. Now, who this man is, I don't know. Right? In an interesting development, This character and the sitting MP spent hours together at a cook-up at the bar of a heavyweight old guard NNP in Chantimel. Wow. For the past few months, the younger brother of the chief has been accompanying the caretaker in a bid to drum up support. Things are looking green because all of the fractions are claiming to have evidence of serious wrongdoing by the others. St. Patrick's people are watching the drama unfold. That's according to the New Today. So, what say we people? What say we? You know, according to we said, I don't know. Anything you ask them, I don't know. Well, it seems to be there is a little bit of shaking and baking. I don't know if it's baking, but they say it's shaking, yeah? And whatever is happening in the house, I think they try to keep it a little secret for a very long time. But it never really materialized as they would have liked it to be. So now they have their hands full with mess, you know, and everything is coming out of the so-called woodwork. I like this woodwork, I'm a woodworker too. Yeah. So all of this is unfolding before our very eyes. Well, somebody said another thing when the doc was talking. I hope I could find it because, you know, I took it, I listened to it on my way to work, but talk to me somebody, because this doc thing and the scene of what happening in the house, yeah? Okay, let me see if that's the one. Let me see if that's the one. Because there is a liquor.
We need to pay attention, you know, we need to mind the business. They're planning to call a snap election and all you.
Okay, let me hear that. So that's what the guy is saying.
When you Grenadians, sometimes we need to pay attention and we need to mind the business. They're planning to call a snap election and all you. When you have NMP members calling you to tell you about what this the Prime Minister we are planning to do, something is fundamentally wrong. All you need to listen. The judge said that the workers' pension have to be paid, but I don't understand what the workers do this man. Let me tell you something, them planning to call an election within the next 40 days. Yes, May is the time that they have to appeal the decision. They hope to win the election, you know. They hope to win the election. This man wants to appeal the decision the moment he wins. That is what they're planning. All you need to mind all your business. Mind all your business, the Grenadians.
So it is alleged that the Prime Minister is planning to call a snap election. Yeah? The fish on every party in the house is rocking. The finish? I know. You hear how much to clear a few vehicles. You won't believe. Yeah. So you heard what the guy said. That's alleged that the Prime Minister want to call a snap election so he can win quick and appeal because they believe they will win. Well, if they believe they will win, belief is a big thing. It's faith, and faith is working dead. So probably working the craft, working the doing to get things going. And if that's the case, are they ready for it? You know. Let's see if this one is making sense.
There are some statistics about Grenada that we need to pay attention to. Okay, 65% of the population is 35 years and under. Mm-hmm. I'll repeat that. 65% of the population is 35 years and under. 65%. What are we saying to them? That as a 35-year-old, you should be nothing? That as a 35-year-old, you should not lead? That as a 35-year-old, you should not be in command of your life? That you should not have already had a house, wife, children, and be living a productive and sustainable life? That is not the message I intend to send. That is not the message the National Democratic Congress intends to send. The message we intend to send
is that from the time you are 10 years old, you can be anything you wish. Another Orlando Rumin, another Deacon Mitchell, another Rickelson Scott, another Kirani James, another Black Wizard. That is what we need to say to our nation. That is what we need to say to our young people, that you have the right and we will support you to lead a full and wholesome life. And that not because we are older than you, we will stand in your way, but we will encourage you, we will counsel you. And when you make mistakes, we will pick you up and help you again.
There is an old African saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Now more than ever, this Grenadian village must spring into action to save the country's youth. While government is responsible for setting policy measures, the human growth and development we are speaking about here cannot be solved by legislation or edict. It is about nurturing and caring, setting the right examples, and looking out for every child as if they are our own. Our concern for the future should be reflected in the time we take to care for our children today.
You cannot tell me that you care about the persons who you work with if you put them in a position where they are unable to get a mortgage, they are unable to buy a car, because you are giving them deliberately 6-month and 12-month contracts because you do not wish to pay them any benefits, because you do not wish to pay them any pensions. That is poverty. That is confining you to a life of poverty.
This has a capital injection of $10 million. We're prepared to put in tranches to see how it works by the government of Grenada to the GDB, who will be responsible for administering the loan. The facility allows for up to 30 years repayment period, or up to retirement age, whichever is less. The targeted beneficiaries, contract workers, imanis, traffic wardens, and in general, any contract worker who is paid directly from the government.
We have to leverage.
People, lock it and palelot. Vote them out for the sake of the country.
Vote them out. That's the man Black Wizard right here. Yes, vote them out for the sake of the country. Vote them out.
Vote them out. Vote them out for the sake of the country. Five of them sat down in government and watch the dead you go down the drain. Now they come back asking for consent so that they could betray we again. Say that these people want electing you on election day, you gotta make them pay. People vote them out for the sake of the country, vote them out. People vote them out for the sake of the country. And I'm asking farmers to vote them out for the sake of the country, vote them out. And I'm asking teachers to vote them out for the sake of the country, vote them out. People vote them out for the sake of the country, vote them out. People vote them out for the sake of the country.
That is black. That is.
Vote them out. And I'm asking nurses to vote them out for the sake of the country. Vote them out. And I'm asking police to vote them out for the sake of
the country. Vote them out.
Country, vote them out.
Yes, he said vote them out. Yes. Yes. Black Wizard. Say vote them out. For the sake of the country, vote them out.
We send that to people, man. Okay. Proud. We ain't afraid to shout it out. As the biggest pirate in the land, we deserve good representation. You will out for the sake of the country, put them out. People, put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking lawyers to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking doctors to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. People, put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. People, put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking women to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking all men to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. We the basket of this country. Yes, still the treating of shabbily. Check the budget for agriculture. You will see it way down the ladder. Full of smelly rat. So it and with that. Now the other four, we gotta make them go. People put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. People put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking masters to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking preachers to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. People put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. People put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. And asking unions to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. Asking Grenadians to put them out for the sake of the country, put them out. For the sake of the country, put them out. For the sake of the country, put them out. For the sake of the country, put them out. For the sake of the country, put them out.
Yes, that was the Black Wizard, Mr. Elwin McWilkin. For the sake of the country, he said, vote them out. Wow. I don't know if you like this more than me, but it's the one, it's a powerful one right there. For the sake of the country, vote them out. Asking the lawyers, the preachers, the teachers, the doctors to vote them out. Yeah, for the sake of the country, vote them out. That was a good one, Black Wizard. Well, I have another one for you. But before we go into another one, let me see if my guest is knocking at the door. No, she is not. Yeah. So, well, I'll keep on talking tonight. And till 11 o'clock, which time, you know. Yeah. So there's a lot to be heard here. And this is good stuff, right? I just download this one, so put it away, put it in the archive where it should be. Yeah. And wow. This is nice. I love this one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. This is the Black Wizard. And oh, it's on YouTube too. Wow. Okay. And let me say this. I tell people already that I am not just doing anything. I want people to have a fair choice and to hear from both sides of the coin. If you have to make a decision, you must not only listen to one party. Listen to both parties and make a choice. Now, evidence is important. Why evidence? Well, one party been in power for the last 10 years, 8 to 10 years, and they have done their due. One have been for 5, and then, you know, what happened there. But now you have an opportunity to listen to both parties, to hear what they have to say about the future of the country, Grenada and the people. And the evidence stacked up, not in a positive way for most people, for the incumbent party government right now. The NDC, on the other hand, has revamped itself, rebranding, so to speak, yes, itself. And they have plenty of new faces in the political arena, in their camp now, intend to get on a playing field in the political field of playing the game, of being on the field of politics. And a couple of new faces have showed up, yes. And I love the faces because some of the people, I know them, and I know them quite well. You know, I know 3 of them very well. one of which is my god sister, the other one I'm with my church brother, going to church together. He's a little bit younger than me. He and his sister are the same age, but he is a bit younger. He was younger for many of them, but then Gloria, who I know very well, a very respected girl too, lady I should say. She went to convent, and I know her well. She was a teacher and stuff like that. So I know her very well. Miss Alex Alexander, who I know very well too, but not on a more personal level as I know the rest. However, with that being said, and people got to attest to other people in the other constituencies like St. Mark's and St. John's and Carriacou and stuff like that. There's a lot of people making all this remarks of who they are and what they stand for. I spoke to a friend of mine in Carriacou, and she's very well pleased with the candidate in Carriacou, Trayvon. So a lot of people are speaking out in that sense. However, there are people within the same NDC party who have some bad reports too as well. So you got to listen keenly and make an intelligent decision, but you can't do that if you don't have the correct information. Don't just say, well, I want a young person, but you also want a young person with vision. I want a young person that will take us beyond where we are right now. Because somebody wrote something up today about some robbery. And I said, not just labeling on Grenada, but I said wherever there is high unemployment, the crime rate goes up. Yes? So in a poverty-stricken society, a community, when your unemployment rate skyrockets, like it is now in Grenada, excuse me, you will find that there are more crimes. The more unemployment, the more frustration, the more mental health issues that we have. Whenever one person not working in a household, it becomes a mental problem. It be a strain. The person, people might be talking about, but it happens. One day, where the next meal, how we go thing, we budgeting and all that stuff. So when you have probably have had 3 persons or 2 persons in our household working in Grenada, for example, then you have only one working now, and they have a lot of food, lot of mouth to be fed. It calls for concern, yes. And like I said before, and another person made a comment, and I think my good friend Hudson George has drawn attention to Grenada. Don't need the level of militancy anymore. The era gone. He born in a new era. But militancy does not stop. Every era has a level of militancy in it. Because every leadership that comes in, there'll always be somebody who does not like something and will have to speak up to it. And when someone makes a statement and people want to twist it and say, well, we don't need militancy now. We need militancy all the time. And militancy doesn't mean that you pick up a gun and shoot people down. You could be militant, you could be vigilant, you could be everything you want to be when it comes to politics. Yeah? So people might see, well, he's a very militant person. It means that he's quite astute. He's aware of what's going on and decided to tackle the political machinery that's in power, the government, and call them out on what they're doing wrong. And that's his militancy. Be militant, be vigilant. That's what it is. You can't be a watermelon-eating politician. It does not work that way. You have to be on top of your game to win. You have to be there. You have to watch what they're doing. And if you line up with the Constitution as well. If the laws that they're passing is violating the Constitution, the very Constitution that they should be basing the laws on. So if you don't know the Constitution and laws are being passed and government doing anything out of the norm, you have to know those things. And here's one reason why we do the Constitution talk here on a Friday night. But I guess, let me see. Yeah, no, not yet. So that's the thing. So when persons make the claim that, it's not time for militancy, the era for that gone, it's never gone. Right now, the world is on a militant parade right now. There's rumors of war, there's wars happening, and all this stuff is going on. And while this is going on in the far-off nation affecting us here, so we have to be militant. We have to be very vigilant too for what is going on around us. So we cannot pretend, put our heads in the sand and pretend we don't know what's going on. It's happening. So whatever happening within this structure of power, it affects all of us. Yeah? Yeah. Run right ahead for Northeast. All right. So we have to continue. We cannot pretend that nothing is going on. Yeah? And whilst we are anticipating a change of government, while we are anticipating a change of leadership, we must not go into that blindly. We must be very vigilant for everything too. But I'm proud to see the selection for the Big Four in St. Andrews. I really do happy for them. This is new, fresh. And this, I don't know fish eye that when I say fish, I say the eye, fish is fresh and the eye red. This is people that is reputable, yeah? And I stand behind these 4 people that I know that have good autopsy. Yes, I could vouch for these 3 people I know really good, family-wise. Tessa, Sincere, Mr. David Andrews, and Gloria. I know the family close. I know them. So I can vouch for that. My hope is that they don't get corrupted by other people. Because when people want to go in politics, people want to do good, people say, no, you can't do it this way, this is what we're going to do it, because you can't. But we want honesty in politics this time. We want people who will do and carry out, you know, and uphold the laws and the institution of the country. Yes? We always hear our present prime minister, but this is a Christian country. It could be, but are you practicing it? Yeah? So we have to talk about that. So as I am here with you, there's a song, let me play this, let me play this one. All right? The Big Four. Let me play the Big Four for you.
Grenada, Grenada, Grenada. The National Democratic Congress invites you to the St. Andrews Big Four candidate launch. It's happening at 5 p.m. on Sunday, April 10th at Carlton Junction, St. Andrew. Join us as we officially launch our 4 candidates for St. Andrew. Family, friends, folks, come here and see an address by NBC's political leader, Dickon Mitchell. See you all at the St. Andrews Big Four candidate launch happening at Carlton Junction, St. Andrew at 5 p.m. on Sunday, April 10th. Don't miss it.
All your days since 1995 and you don't do nothing. Only when election time coming. I say we tired, oh Lord, people tired. We want a change, we tired. I say we tired, and we can't take it again. I'm on me tired, and we can't take it again. So we moving forward, move the country forward, with NDC forward. Oh, we going forward. Too long, slice and mama guy. Too long, empty promises in my eyes. Too long, you ignoring the people cry. Too long, all your days since 1995 and you do nothing. Only when coming. That's when poor people does get something from all that bitch and passport you selling. Them actions they telling. All you feel that grenade and skin. It's time to call off the winning. We don't need that this time, it ain't working. Because we tired and we can't take it again. For people tired and they can't take it again. The youths them tired and they can't take it again. Canadians tired and they can't take it again. So we're moving forward, move the country forward, with NDC forward. Oh, we going forward. Time for all you to rest. We want a team that is young and fresh. We want to bring out the best. So it's time for all you to press. Pension have to restore. Public servant be prominent. Agriculture go grow. Harry could go get government. Local and deacon in south. Caring and tweets in the west. And all up in the north. So where we going from here? Andy Williams will move forward. Jonathan Lackett will move forward. Kevin Andrews will move forward. Lennox Andrews will move forward. forward. Deacon Mitchell will move us forward, forward, forward. Planet Joseph will move us forward, forward, forward. Kevin James will move us forward, forward, forward. Quincy Britton will move us forward, forward, forward. Joseph Anda will move us forward, forward. We tired. Oh, people tired and they tired and they tired and they tired and they can't take it again. The youths them tired and they tired and they tired and they tired and they can't take it again. Canadians tired and they tired and they tired and they tired and they can't take it again. So we're moving forward, forward, forward. Move the country forward, forward, forward. With NDC forward, forward, forward. How we going forward, forward, forward.
Yes. We moving forward. We're moving forward. That's the match. We're moving forward. That's what is happening. We're moving forward, and that is really what's taking place now. Preparation to move forward, and as we continue here on Gemfm, I just wanted to let you know that this is really exciting times. We hear what's happening in the NMP party. Some of us knew that happened for a long time. It is no secret, to us who being involved and watching the politics and within and from the movement of the what we call the grooming of the horse. Yes, and the horse has been moved to a different stable, but then there's not enough food. Yeah, there's enough food for the horse that move into that new stable, and things change. Yes, so a lot of stuff is happening, and I want the Grenadians to really pay attention. Don't walk around with your head in the sand. Yes, and as things begin to unfold, and people have to pay attention because a lot of things are happening, and we see what happened in St. David's, Oliver Joseph. We hear about that. We hear St. Patrick's Northwest. We heard about that. So pay attention. Don't we talk about St. George's, what's going on there? So as the onion begins to unfold, there's a lot of tears. A lot of people are hurting, and I think a couple of weeks ago, one of the NMP personnel, that supporter, was in the radio. Actually, we put in the today that he's concerned about NMP winning the next election. His concern was that there's not enough movement, activity by NMP supporters. And I think there is a standoffish kind of a movement by NMP supporters that kind of should I go over to NDC or should I stay here in the middle and watch what's going on? Just don't vote this time. But I want to encourage everybody to take that lead to vote. That 22,000 that did not vote last election, my hope is that NDC will capture that 22,000, all of it, that 20,000 voters that did not vote in the last election. If you listen to Gemfm right now, you would know that it's important for you to make a decision this time. Don't use the old excuse. It don't work anymore. The old excuse about the party fighting. Take it out there for a little bit, and for what it is, the 22,000 people, NDC have to appeal to them. Whatever you do, you have to make that appeal to them in a serious way. Give them an alternative why they should vote you. And that's what the message, not talking about old people, old man and this, that'll work. People fed up with us, and people want to hear what you're going to do for them, not who old and all kinds of that. Change the messaging, yeah? Give the people something to vote for. Give them a reason why they should vote for you. Because if you cannot convince that 22,000 and convince the young people, and they can make us 60, something 63, in the 60s, young people voted under 30, under 35 and under. So that 35, that 60%, of eligible voters should be captured. We should, we see with the NDC, should capture that 63% of voters. Get them to vote. If you can't get these young people to vote for you, and you do capture that other fraction of the upper age, the 39 and 38-year-old, that is still eligible to vote, that other section of people, you have to get them to, but you have to give them a reason why they must vote you and not vote. Get all the NNP people to vote you. Give them a reason why they should not vote NNP. And that should be the message. You see, and not just making noise in the market, and NDC strollers just making noise and criticizing NNP. You can't do that. Try to convince them why your party is the better party. Don't criticize them and call them dumb and stupid and hungry. Don't do that. This doesn't work anymore. You understand? Give them a reason why. Why they should vote for you. Why they should vote for this party that will make a difference in the country's future. Give them a reason why this party is going to be a democratically elected party and government that will make Grenada better for Grenadians. That the young people will not be wondering if they could get a loan, could build a house, but have not just contract workers, but have eligible workers working in the government or anywhere else without contract. I mean, people work on contract too, you know? And it's important that people have a stable job, that they know that they're here until retirement. They're here, once they behave and function properly in the job, they will be there in their job. Yeah? Not people 6 months and then they don't know if they make the shift, and the government say, well, I don't want you anymore. I gotta get rid of you, contract over. If you're going to say something out of the norm, politically, it could be ostracized, criticized, and eventually fired. Do not have your contract renewed and stuff like that. People must not live with fear of victimization. Yeah? And I'm speaking that, but because some people might think, well, you know, government have the right. No, you can't just take the job because they don't support you. And you know, Ghanaian government job is for all Ghanaians, not for some. It shouldn't be a partisan thing. Yeah? Anybody, government should represent everybody. Those who support you, vote for you or not. It's just a different point of view. Just you wasn't able to convince them to vote for you. Doesn't mean that they can't work for you. Yes, or they come to work as usual. So you have to be able to get them in. Yeah. So I have another song for you. And where is it, my song? Oh, where is my song? I think I lost my song. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll play this one. Hudson George. Play Hudson George for you. Yeah, this one called, you see, everybody looking for something. Well, I don't know what everybody looking for, but you gotta look for something. All right, Hudson George.
Everybody looking for something. Yes. Everybody looking for something. Man looking for woman. Woman looking for man. Opposition in parliament moving a motion to bring down the government, to form the next corrupt government. Single mothers looking for deadbeat fathers to pay child support for the sons and daughters. Everybody looking for something. Students doing exam to get a grade. Professors correcting the exam to give a grade. Everybody looking for something. Judge looking to sentence criminals. Criminal lawyers looking to set criminals free. Everybody looking for something. Oil companies looking to find oil. Multi-corporations looking to exploit the oil. Everybody looking for something. Yes. Man looking for woman. Woman looking for man. Everybody looking for something. Religious leaders looking to convert sinners Sinners looking to get rid of the sins. Everybody looking for something. Prison officers looking to get prisoners. Prisoners looking to get away and be free. Everybody looking for something. Yes, they're looking. Everybody looking for something. Yes. Everybody looking for something. The unemployed looking to be employed. Employers looking to exploit employees. Everybody looking for something. Man looking for woman and woman looking for man. Yes, they're looking. Yes, they're looking for something. Yes, they're looking. They're looking up, they're looking down. They're looking up, they're looking south. Everybody looking for something. Yes. Everybody looking for something. Everybody wants something. So everybody looking for something. They're looking. Everybody looking for something.
Yes, that's the man, Hudson George. Everybody looking for something. Yes? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? You're looking for a change, right? Most Grenadians are looking for change. They want a change. They want to vote for a change. And, change is good, yes? Change, but change without a vision, change without structure is bad. What you're changing to, what you want to change to is important. Why you must vote for me to make the change that you want. And here it is important for everybody to be on board to make sure the positive change happens. And quite often you'll find that not everybody will agree with your point of view. They haven't seen the reality of your vision. And sometimes visions are hard to conceptualize when it's not yours. But if you know what you want and discuss it in a manner that people will understand, it's very simple. Keep the message simple and talk to people one-on-one, have this conversation and let them know why. Because sometimes just fixing a liquor road is a big thing to some people. Just giving somebody a step is a big thing. Build a step in somebody's house, from somebody's house, whatever, is a big thing. Just putting about 3 folks aboard that way they probably can get juke in the house is a big thing for somebody. Helping somebody with a homework or have after class, that's a big thing for somebody. So all these things pre-election should be done. Right? Meet people where they are. And those things, that you don't necessarily have big set of money to win an election, but what's going to meet people where they are? Touching the hearts of people is what really matters. And NEP has been doing this and doing it well with money. But it is bigger than that. Bigger than that. Gotta be bigger than this. But it's a little thing that makes a big difference in people's life. So how are you going to convince the younger people? How well are you going to convince the older people on how and why they should vote for you? What and why vote for you? It's important. So I want us to, those of you working in the field, those of you working internationally, to drum up support for the ruling, the opposition, for the opposition party, not the official opposition party, but the opposition party anyways, that would contest for the election. I see someone just making mention that Mr. Tobias, the opposition leader, want to endorse himself to run for NDC. I don't know how true that is. If NDC has a candidate there already, he cannot do that. If they decide who they want to run for them, in that section of the this area, the constituency, he cannot do that. He can run for himself. However, with that being said, I'm just going to say this. there are political careers that are going to be ending after this election. A lot of people political career going to be done, yes, after this election. Whoever and whenever it happens, a lot of people going to be going to political cemetery. That's it for them. They're done. They're not going to come back easy. Any resurrection had to be different, totally different rebranding. They cannot come back politically. Some are already facing that consequences of being annihilated by the present political construct within the party. So that is it for some. That's they're done politically. They can't come back. So I want to encourage those of you who are vying for election. There's some good and pretty good names coming up there. And I want to say to you tonight to examine, do a real forensic study on your positioning and fitting in for this election, because this election will be very interesting one. Very, very interesting. And, you know, at this point in time, the names I see up there, NMP can't pull no dot on those things. There's no dot put on those things. Those people I see there right now. For this and this big four, there's no dot you can find on those people. And it's credible people. Credible people. Yeah? After the next 5 years, you could try some dot to put on them. But this time around, they're not dot on those people. Those big four is in Andrews. This is seriously 4 big people. Yes? 4 big people that I'm impressed with. I did not see them before. Now I see that. I know that, there's serious strugglings there for that. But messaging have to be good. Yeah? Yeah, the faces are great, but the messaging have to be right. Yeah? The messaging have to be right. Because the handwriting is on the wall. But not because the handwriting is on the wall, doesn't mean that you will just walk in and take. The message that the handwriting is just a message on the wall that change is needed and they gotta go. But if you don't give them something to go for, they wouldn't go. So in despite this one, and I will play this piece, just a reminder to the young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martin. Pay attention to this, because this is a cry that you've been crying. If you really want to see it change, ask your leaders for the change. Ask them for it and let them know that you really deserve a change and want to see the change happening. This time you're going to vote them in. If you vote them in for a change, they have to adhere and work for you. The youth are angry.
Tension high, you see, and you want to know why the Grenadian youths are angry? The youths are angry because they know you are still trying to give away Cameroon Park, locking out Graniton Lake, and leasing away Annandale Falls. The youths are angry when they hear that the Chinese now own Manhattan, Hillsborough, and Livera. And the minister's response was, don't buy the hands that feed you, so we must accept the pagoda. The youths are angry when the beach entrances get blocked. Citizens get beaten for bouncing stray dogs. Yet the police fail to file a timely charge to the indebted partner. The youths are angry when teachers hosted, teachers can cook in Batway. Then a foreigner can call the police, who shut down the music irrespective of the culture anyway. The youths are angry when you cancel the role of the Public Service Commission on all interviews for e-money, traffic warden, and education ministry are processed in the political constituency. The youths are angry when President of the Senate referred to Carnival as nonsensical, yet gave silent support for the blocking of public workers and their gratuity, while he wear his wig proudly representing the Queen and her monarchy. The youths are angry when you call a permanent state of emergency, making wheels and deals secretly, trying to push us back in the days of slavery, keeping us hungry and blocking our MoneyGram money. The youths are angry because the man that tried to kill Panorama has just hosted Friday Soca, dishing out big dollar while carnival activity is cancelled for all other. The youths are angry because they are second-class citizens in their own country, where there is politics without political discourse, politicians without political passion and morals, parliamentarians without conviction and principles, opposition members without visions and plans to oppose, leaders that are spineless, permanent secretaries that work against the ministries and country, Grenadian ambassadors that do not like Grenada. Yes, the youths are angry. They are very angry. They are very angry indeed.
The youths are angry. They're very angry indeed. Well, our Mr. Livingston Nelson have penned this piece, and I hope that the leaders have heard it. It's been around for a while, so now is a call to be answered. And I know that many of you listening now may begin to think of who you're going to vote for and why should I vote in this democracy. Well, they say democracy is a choice that you have now to vote, and one should use that, yes, wisely. Why wisely? You know, I think Black Stallion has a song called "The Marriage." So now there is no dating you, politically dating you now. And because of that dating, they will impress you with every nice things, right? So you have to pay very, very close attention to the words that comes out of the mouths of the suitor, political suitors, yes? So that you can choose which suitor you want to date or want to get married to. Yes, you have to pay very close attention. The invitation is out. The invitation is out for you to get in with them, to come to the party. Yes. And to join them and to come in, because the messaging so far is that we care about the youths. We want to make sure that they have a secure future. We want to make sure that we empower them. And this is part of the message that is going out. Yeah. So if that's the case, that's what you want. I think Mr. Ron Redhead in his Senate presentation made a remark. I hope I could find it. And it was when people more or less about the NDC, not NDC, but the Imani program. Yeah. I know some people might take it the wrong way. Some people might have to take it the right way. Some might just take it any way they want to. Yeah. But for what it is, it's important to pay attention to what he said. And I know that many people will love to hit back really hard on that. Yeah. And make sure that whatever he says, yeah, would be one that many people will take to the bank with it. Yeah. So I wanted to listen. I hope I could find the piece, and people make comments and so on. But I think that's it.
Sometimes we need to pay attention in a moment.
That's not it. Okay, that's not it. Okay, I have a lot of trips and I didn't leave them because I'm trying to talk about them here tonight. I think that's the one. Yellow. I'm going to play this song for you while I listen.
Voting yellow, we voting yellow. Hey. Why do people want betterment? Why do people need betterment? We looking for change, we in need of change. Why do people want betterment? Why do people need betterment? We looking for change, we in need of change. I really find it's time now we could make a difference. We need we own money, we own freedom, local government. I really find it's time now we could make a difference.
we need we own money, we own freedom, local government. Ever since I know myself, even and Juicy did to help support the youth and make them progress. Cause if I tell and Miss Claudette, Kirin, you have it locked down, no need to worry. I make up my mind already. Move out going straight for NDC. We country need a leader. Tell me who is the leader. I want to know who is all the new leader. Of the betterment inside Grenada. Why the people want betterment? Why the people need betterment? We looking for change. We in need of change. Why the people want betterment? Why the people need betterment? We looking for change. We in need of change. I really find it's time now we could make a difference. We need we own money, we own freedom, local government. I really find it's time now we could make a difference. We need we own money, we own freedom, local government. Say yellow, yellow, we vote in yellow. Call your neighbor, tell them hello. Watch out when you lead them hello. For betterment tomorrow, we need to make a motto. I put in no vote by yellow. Everybody let we follow. We country get a leader. Tell me who is the leader. I want to know who's all the new leader. For betterment inside Grenada. Why the people want betterment? Why the people need betterment? We looking for change. We in need of change. Why the people want betterment? Why the people need betterment? We looking for change. We in need of change. I really find it's time now we could make a difference. We need we own money, we own freedom, local government. I really find it's time now we could make a difference. We need we own money, we own freedom, local government. What do people want? What do people need? We looking for change. We in need of change. What do people want? What do people need? We looking for change. We in need of change. Yellow, yellow. We vote in yellow. We vote in yellow. Hey.
Well. I don't know about you. This is a nice piece. I love it. I love that piece. It's a really, really nice piece too as well. Whoever the artist, I can't remember the artist right now. But I was talking about Mr. Ron Redhead and his deliberation. Here it is.
Opposition Senator Ron Redhead was made to withdraw his statement, which claimed that the Imani program is serving no real purpose, but is buying votes. Deputy President Dunstan Campbell was in charge of the sitting at the time and ordered the rephrasing. Senator Redhead is new to the proceedings, but went out of bounds when he tried to insinuate that the Imani program is serving no real purpose. Here is an excerpt of Senator Redhead's presentation.
It begs a real question, Mr. Deputy President. What is the true objective of the Imani program in 2019 that the government has set out here? It is not clear, other than maybe the political objective. I'm playing devil's advocate. I hope I don't impute. And no member would want to rise to
a point of order. Allow the conversation to roll to see where the senator on the other side is going. But what is being done is imputing improper motive. He's taken this conversation far too far now, implying that the Imani program is politically based. We've just heard presentations on this side going through the content of that program. Now the conversation is raising up to the Prime Minister's office with regard to the intent of this program. Buying votes. Buying votes. That statement needs to be withdrawn, Mr. Deputy President. That statement needs to be withdrawn. The senator on the other side has taken this conversation far too far.
Some people come to me and tell me, I said, what you have doing for the last 2 years? I'm demanding. I say, how long you've been there? 8 years. I say, we're not Imani anymore. But the Imani is 2 years.
All you know, Dr. Kipiche. Some people like, a lot of people like him, some people don't like him. But there is not one person who could say that man is a stupid man. You ever hear the same position? The man is a smart man. So if he wanted to fool all you, he would not let all you get 4 years. When we're looking for, when we go towards election, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 1 year, we're going there. Now we will make things shaky for all you. When we don't have sense, we don't want to vote.
You be the judge. Did he go too far? And he just echoing the same sentiments of the people there from the ruling party. Yes? Mr. The lady who said that the people with the hand.
Opposition Senator Ron.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Ron.
Opposition Senator Ron Redhead was made to withdraw his statement, which claimed that the Imani program is serving no real purpose.
He said that Imani is not serving any real purpose about something to do elections. Now, you heard the Prime Minister's statement. It's alleged that he's saying that and she's saying the same thing. If they think the Prime Minister is a smart man, I think he could just let you guys go election time and blah, blah, blah. You know, so they're making one statement here, and Mr. Ronald says something, and they want to reprimand him for it. But this is the message that they were sending out. So you be the judge, people, is what it is. Yes. So, like I said before, the handwriting is on the wall. So let us take a look at song, man. Yeah, take a look at song on that. The handwriting is on the wall.
And we can wake up, open up your eyes.
Yeah, I know it was in the Senate, but you know, the relevancy of it now and what the Prime Minister said and what the Minister of Tourism, whatever she was then, Clarice said, was just confirming what he said. It wasn't far-fetched. It was all, he just said in Senate, they said outside of Senate. Yeah, in a sense. But this is what.
It's time for us to take a stand. After all, this is our native land. That is why I came back to sing, to expose the wicked things they're perpetrating. It is only time for the self-destruct. Greed and power is dead.
You know, about a year ago, I said that just give LMP some time, they're going to self-destruct. I said this, and not on this show, was on the Talking Point show. Give them some time, they're going to self-destruct. So, be the judge.
And just as sure as the sun will rise, this government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall. Minister, I'm like a dictator. If with him you don't agree, you can't progress in your country. Our government has no respect for the business community. Rhode Island, the only causing us indiscreetly. Taxing the poor ones who have no money, while their friends live in luxury. As a family and the Prime Minister and the young boys think they're on Antigua. It is only time for the self-destruct. Greed and power is the TNT. Their purpose in government was for the bucks. They don't really care about this country. All this scheming, conniving plans have caught up with them. They are facing insurmountable problems, and just as sure as the sun will rise, this government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall. Throughout the island, and victimization to those who express dissatisfaction with the way it is This government squandering this country's revenue, accepting no accountability for the underhand things they does do, ostracizing those who say they are no good, and rewarding their friends some with knifewood. Hurricane mash up me clay and Halcyon. I oppose them, so they come and take back the land. It is only time for the self-destruct. Greed and power is their TNT. Their purpose in government was for the bucks. They don't really care about this country. All the scheming, conniving plans have caught up with them. They are facing insurmountable problems, and just as sure as the sun will rise, this government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall. I am the boss, come and oppose me. Ask God and Marshall, look what I did to Percy. He was standing in the way of my daughter's future, so I demoralized him with the aid of the newspaper. On the entire this man's mentality, will my people be battered by duty free? If we don't remove them in the next election, it will be a conflict for the future generation. So I will leave them alone, let them self-destruct. Greed and power is their TNT. Their purpose in government was for the bucks. They don't really care about this country. All the scheming, conniving plans have caught up with them. They're facing insurmountable problems, and just as sure as the sun will rise, this government must fall. The handwriting is on the wall.
Yes, that was the man, King Shot out of Antigua. This one was called The Handwriting is on the Wall. Yeah, I don't know about you, but if you're in Grenada, you know, I often listen to a lot of different commentaries and stuff like that. Whether it's just meant for humor or just meant to stir up a little thing. And I hear from time to time people make some observations, where people will say certain things about Grenadians living abroad, and they make those statements in a form of ridiculing and making the derogatory remarks about us in the diaspora. But that being said, it's something that when you're not well-versed politically, you're not really deeply entrenched mentally into the political arena, on the economic side of things, how we out here contribute as much to the economy of Grenada. So we still have a right to meddle in and to have a voice in the domestic affairs of our country. Whether we be here for 40, 50, 60 years, many of us have made contribution to Grenada. We left Grenada for betterment, we could help those back there. Many of us are doing the same thing, are helping out in Grenada. Many of us are making contribution. We're better able to feed our families back there because we're here. Or help with a friend, no one there, because we're here. People call us and ask us for help because we're here. So when people go and say, well, we should meddle in the politics, we should. We have a right to, because we contribute towards it. Whether you like it or not, we contribute to our politics, our economy, one way or the other. Everything is politics to us. We contribute. When certain ministers making the statement when it doesn't go their own way, how they want it to go. Well, I don't live in Grenada. How do you guys know about Grenada? We know. We're not stupid. We study politics, world politics, so we can make and have a view and opinion and other subject matters, economic and political opinions of our own. So those nonsensical, I call it, statements doesn't resonate among well-to-be, well-doing Grenadians abroad. If it was not so, if our contribution or meddling was not important, political parties would not vie outside of Grenada to drum up support for the parties, because they understand the political consequences of not having international support from Grenadians living in the diaspora. So people who make a nonsensical statement and calling people names must be very much aware of the political implications and economic implications that people in the diaspora have towards Grenadians and for Grenadians. Because many people, like it or not, people outside of Grenada, England, in England, America, France, and wherever we live, have contributed significantly to the Grenada budget, the GDP of Grenada. Yes, we are, and that's what I'm saying. It's called nonsensical statements. When people go on and make their conversation without really any, just to make a noise, use up the airtime. I see nothing more than that. It's humor. It's just humor. But we have to know when to kick back in the humor. Yeah? So I have this other song for us, just a little bit. And this one here is called, and I want to say before I move on to my next statement here, the next song, when we, as much as I said to many forums and many other people, it's probably one change. Saying this to all of us who support NDC, want to see the change happening. The people who are vying for election to be seated in the House of Parliament, and the supporters, those real hardcore Jogum supporters, hardcore, yeah, not cracking supporters. Let us not be too thin-skinned in politics. And when people make certain statements, they're going to try to chew out their head. They could be the next best thing that could happen to your party in terms of helping to educate your people to make the right choices. Give them that air. Don't sit back and think, well, they're not good enough and they just try to stop trouble and you need them. Everybody needs it on board. So don't ridicule people because they don't have or share the same sentiments about you. Doesn't mean they wouldn't vote for your party. Doesn't mean they have a different point of view and we must able to agree to disagree in politics. And start ridiculing people because they'll give you the same leverage of attention, side with you because your point of view is different to theirs. We must go beyond that and stop thinking that if they don't speak our language, they're not us. It goes back to a biblical quote when John the Baptist's disciples doing some things and Jesus' disciples going to say, are they for us? Are they the same thing that they're doing such and such and such? And just say, no, they're ours. They're in a different side of the vineyard. Leave them. They're doing well. Just we going to do our thing our way. But we have the same objective. And you may love what they're doing, but they're doing for the benefit of everybody. So it's important, it's imperative for us to get involved and not ridicule and not push people down because they don't share your point of view. Doesn't mean that they're wrong. And you mustn't see them as an enemy, but see them as a comrade that is trying to enlighten the rest of the comrades. Yeah? Here we go. Black Wizard. I'm having Black Wizard tonight, this one. This one called The House. Kind of a muffler because the old one on stage. Pay attention. Yes, that was the Black Wizard and the house. This one was called the house. I don't know how many of you remember that one. You know, this brother sings songs that I call it prophesying. You know, I mean, a lot of stuff that he and Darius sang back then become relevant even today. The relevance of those songs. We have a number of things that is being said, was said back then, that become very relevant even now as we sit here tonight and listening to those songs, the relevancy of those songs, how important they are as the political wheel or wind is turning and blowing around us. Yeah, and I am very much concerned about it because all of us, one way or the other, will be affected with the change. Yeah, and the truth of the matter is, excuse me, we have to be prepared for change. Yeah, change comes, and we have to be ready for the change that is coming. And I would quickly say this, and I probably said it already, and I want to make sure that persons get the message that no matter what happens, it's imperative that we stay on message. When I say we, those who wishing that the NDC wins, that don't take anything for granted, but do the work, do the groundwork, get on the ground, get face-to-face, FaceTime with people, yeah? Get a FaceTime with people, because that's gonna make a big difference in the outcome of the election. Gonna make a big difference. So if you're part of the machinery that is doing that, help and make sure that when you go there not divide, but go there wholeheartedly to ensure that what you're doing and the messaging, you believe it yourself. Because people will feel you if you're not confident in yourself and your messaging. So messaging is very important, right? And if everybody will do their part to ensure that the messages that we send out, that is sent out, is done in a really caring and effective way, yes, people will feel it from our heart. They will know that if we're selling something, if we love it, we'll be engrossing it. You know, people always tell me, boy, you're really passionate about what you do, yes? When I commit myself to a cause, I stick with it until the end. That is what I do. That is who I am. And when you have purpose in you, when you're driven by purpose, when you have a reason for doing something, you do it from inside, from your heart, from your subconscious, inside out. Yes? If you have no passion for a thing that you want to do, you would not do it right. You would do it haphazard. You want to do what you're doing with enthusiasm. You want to do it right. You want to make it timely, relevant, and believing that you could do it and you could convince people to do it. So my message to you that we'll be going out in the fields and trying to drum up support for the NDC, whichever, NNP, whatever. Your heart must be in it. Yes, not just the nice ride around the country to go and have a nice political speech, but take something from the leader, the passion that they speak with, the passion you go out with to convince the 22,000 people that did not vote in the last election. How do I convince the opposition youth to vote for the NDC? How do I convince the old lady in Subiz or the old lady in Guav? How do I convince her to change to vote for NDC? How do I convince that lady in Simoon that get her house built and the road fixing to go up in their space, concrete, because they had a need? How do I convince them that, yes, that was a very good job done by the government, yes, Or is that all you want for your children? Is that all you want for you? Is that no? Is that what you want now? I want something bigger for your children and children. Can you just talk with you, just you? If you just talk with you, just for you. That's the end game. That's done right there. It is said, from a biblical point of view, that a righteous man must leave an inheritance for his children. Yes? So if that's the case, government must leave an inheritance for the next generation. So whatever they do now, not just for this generation, but for the generation to come. And which means that the government and the opposition who coming in, who vying, who coming before you must have a long-term vision, a medium-term vision, and a short-term vision. That's for you. Short-term is for you now. The medium-term is the generation right after you. And the long-term is for the children of your children. Long-term. Create that long-term effect. You know what? You don't just want the singles. You don't want the fours, you want the six. You want the ball with good length and pace. So you could be happy. Not just for you, but you know what you vote for is for your children and your children. You know, your children and your children. Long term. That voting this time around must be like that. So that 22,000 that didn't vote must get that message to them. That you're voting not for you, 22, but for your children and your children. That should be the objective of the message. That's my opinion. Or whatever it is, I'll do my best to do what I have to do on this end, for that. But it's important that we all be on board, to get together to ensure that this happens. Well, the time is now 11:31. It's almost time for me to kick the chair to the rear to get out of here. There's another song I wanted to play for you because it is about the party, the marriage that I was speaking of earlier on, but that marriage feast, yes, and the promises that you made for me, so I come and I'll be with you. It's important for us to be aware of the marriage, that you promised me this, you promised me that, and we have to hold people accountable for the promises that they make. Because promise sometimes is based on vision, but there is some difficulties in fulfilling the vision, but doesn't mean that you have to give up. Because if that was the case, if my vision get blurred, if my vision means I have to take another route because I can't go through on this side, I'll go around. I may have to do it, but I'm going to explain to you why I'm going the long route. Because the condition on this side is not favorable for us to pass through this side. So we must explain that to people at all times. We must be on the ground. When you come into power, never stop campaigning. Never stop campaigning. You must have a campaign committee that continually sending out messages. A section of the party that is continuing to have messaging, to stay on message, to enable the constituent, the electorate to be engaged from a party level and get them involved, because you would not be there forever. So convince and get people to work in the business. So I'm going to look for this other song, and I hope you enjoy it. It's an old song by the Black Stallion. It's called The Marriage. Anybody, I don't know if you heard it before. This is it. Black Stallion, Dr. Leroy Callis.
Yeah. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant and love me forever. 'Cause I know that you love me forever. So don't you stay stagnant time, not true? Love is the thing between a woman and a man that we can't understand. Especially when you put the ring on the hand, see?
Dr. Leroy Callis. Yes.
Love is a thing that you must understand and carry to the end of your life. When you tell your woman you love she, just one for you. Yes, it look like this whole marriage over. We love affair going down the drain. Your attitude I can't take no longer. This newlywed started to complain. Yes, you promised and begged me when you wanted wife. So when you decide I go share my life. But now you get where you want to start acting so dread. You and see wanting to get me in bed. Where the little thing you promised me. Yeah, shit. Where the little thing you promised me. And now you have me waiting patiently. To do for the little thing you promised me. To pay me doctor, to pay me teacher, on my servant bill. Yes, I'm waiting still. And now you have me waiting patiently. For the little thing you promised me. Love better. Hear the woman. Yes, I tell you, I didn't want no husband. A single parent I would be. With all my trials and tribulation, I will raise up my own family. But you rap me down with your sweet tongue. Saying love is better the second time around. I should have never listened to you and your sweet mouth. Where the love you was talking about? Where the little thing you promised me? Now where the little thing you promised me? Yes, and now you have me waiting patiently to do for the little thing you promised me. The deed for my land and compensation. New flats in the city, so much different library. And now you have me waiting patiently. What? For the little thing you promised me. Waiting, sir. Yes, she says so much different men keep calling. Yes, you're trying to put a ring on my hand. Yes, you notice how I send them packing. Yes, I tell myself you is my husband. But since we're married, like you get so stupid. Yes, you're flying to different countries. Now I hear you go out making confusion. In some foreign country fighting for land. Where the little thing you promised me? Now where the little thing you promised me? Yes, and now you have me waiting patiently to do for the little thing you promised me. To pay me policeman and me fisherman, the fireman, the sugarman. And now you have me waiting patiently to do for the little thing you promised me. Jamaica. She said, take time and change up your habit. You better take some time and clean up your act. And if I see you don't want to change it, to take back your ring and not done with that. Yes, I'm packing my bag and going out of this home. And show you I couldn't make it on my own. And when I leave, I'm making sure that you're confused. I can't you to court for wife abuse. Where the little thing you promised me? Now where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently to do for the little thing you promised me. To fix up my granny, rice land in the country, better transportation to my sister island. I know you have me waiting patiently for the little thing you promised me. What? Where the little thing you promised me? Now where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently. What she say? For the little thing you promised me. Come down, sir. Listen, you promised me. Where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently. I promise it's a for the little thing you promised me. When you make a promise, keep your promise. You promised me. Now where the little thing you promised me? I know you have me waiting patiently to do. Love you.
You promised me this, you promised me that, but everything you know is a whole heap of chat. You promised me this and you promised me that, but everybody know that there's a whole mouth chat. A promise is a comfort to a fool. Let's say a promise is a comfort to a fool. Me and a fool.
Yes, that's Dr. Leroy Callis. This one called The Promise. Yes, which means that you make a promise. You promise somebody this. And this song is really talking about the Trinidad election. UNC, you just try to catch me in bed. If you understand the political ramification for that song, what it means, it deals with the politics of Trinidad and Tobago. And the same thing with Grenada. So when you make a promise, Mr. Politician, you have to be held accountable for it. Somebody got to check you. You can't get away with this system. This is not old time. This is real democracy. You want it to work, you got to expose yourself to scrutiny. And if you cannot fulfill the promise, let the people know why the hardship you make and how they can contribute to help make it come true. Because dreaming is not just for the dreamer. See, people have dream and vision, but it's not about them only. And in politics, it's the same thing. It's not just about you, it's about the people that you promise. And how that dream and that vision will come true is the engaging of the people. And let me say that to the electorate. It's not just about politicians you vote in. You consider them your employees. Then you have to start leading the field and find out, say, hey, what's your vision? Have it written down, find out what the political vision is for your community, your constituency. And if that vision for your constituency is not being filled, you have to question them. Why? Pull them in, call them, have a village council, call them in, and let them talk to you about what is and why it's not happening and how you could participate in the process. Because see, the real essence of democracy is not about the politician, not by them, not just for them. It will be by the people that elect them. I think Maurice Bishop made it clear, made a statement to the effect from Abraham Lincoln. He said that democracy is of, for, and by the people. Key, the by the people is important. So it's not just by the people you elect, but people who elect you into office. It must be by them, it must be for them. So you as the electorate have a responsibility to be engaged and be involved in the process that you voted for. Not just the politician. You have to hold them accountable to lead you, to lead the field of the vision, but you have to participate in the vision. And wherever the vision is not being fulfilled, we say, look, this is what you promised me in the wedding before I come into with you. You promised me this, you promised me that, how come with that, and take note. And say, look, we need leader, we need to go there, we need to get this done. And how to have it done. So don't leave it up to them. You participate in the process. You become part of the process. Hold them accountable. They are your employees. That's what you say. If they are your employees, keep them employed by ensuring that you keep them on their toes. And that's where it is. And if they're not doing it, you call for the resignation. You have to call. Your constituents. You don't want to vote them in. You could, you don't wait until the election time come. You could call for you could recall them. And you could have to have a by-election. Yes. You don't know that. You could do that. That's why you need to learn and to know about your constitutional rights as a people. You have to know it. If you don't know it, you can't contest it. Well, tonight was a good night. I hope I did get the message across for this election. I had to change my topic here because the host for the show didn't show up. But I want to play a piece for you. I will just play some pieces for you before I go. This one from Deacon Mitchell. Building a stronger Grenada.
We have the best Mitchell and we like it. Young, intelligent and a the best Mitchell and we like it. This Mitchell ain't go feed no lie. We have the best Mitchell and we like it. Young, intelligent and a the best Mitchell and we like it. This Mitchell ain't go feed no lie. Oh gosh, speaking intelligent, wow, he's so magnificent. Oh gosh, the people he represent, yes, and he will.
Sorry.
The best Mitchell and we like it. Young, intelligent and a the best Mitchell and we like it. This Mitchell ain't go feed no lie. We have the best Mitchell and we like it. Young, intelligent and a the best Mitchell and we like it. This Mitchell ain't go feed no lie. Oh gosh, speaking intelligent, wow, he's so magnificent. Oh gosh, the people he represent, yes, and he will not relent. Oh gosh, the country of at heart, not an opinion, that is a fact. With the in the future, right? Go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote. We vote in the heart, the heart, the heart, the heart. Go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote. All right, stick it right by the heart. We have the best Mitchell and we like it. Young, intelligent and a the best Mitchell and we like it. This Mitchell ain't go feed no lie. We have the best Mitchell and we like it.
Yes, you have the best Mitchell and we like it. All right, here he goes.
Grenada, Grenada, Grenada. The National Democratic Congress invites you to the St. Andrews Big Four candidate launch. It's happening at 5 p.m. on Sunday, April 10th at Carlton Junction, St. Andrew. Join us as we officially launch our 4 candidates for St. Andrew. Family, friends, folks, come here and see an address by NBC's political leader, Deacon Mitchell. See you all at the St. Andrews Big 4 candidate launch happening at Carlton Junction, St. Andrew at 5 p.m. on Sunday, April 10th. Don't miss it.
All your days since 1995 and you don't know nothing. Only when election time comes.
Do you know the 10 commandments of election? Yes, we know. There are certain things a voter must never ever do. Go for no life, go for no bride, and no mama God.
never give you anything for your house. Just take it all, but still vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. So give them another round. Vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. You're taking by the swamps. So long the NLP they in office, only know what they're making. Big promise, motion, farm and all like Grenadians, they're still waiting. To it, life, my God, no mama, God, never give you anything for your house. Just take it all, but still vote them out. Vote them out, vote them out, vote them out. So give them another round. Vote them out, vote them out, vote them out. You're taking by the swamps. Grenadians, so give them another round. Grenadians, you're taking by the swamps. Grenadians, so give them another round. Grenadians, so they work this house.
Wow, this was a big piece. It was heavy. Yes, don't give them another chance. That's what I said. I'm just playing the music as it comes in. You know, this wasn't something that anybody give me to play. I just choose to do that on my own. All right. If you have a song that you want to play, you know, whatever it is, NNC, NNP, just bring it on. We're gonna play it for you. Yeah, just give us the song. Yeah, it's a song, so we're gonna play it. But those of you who are politically inclined know what it is. So, yeah, 10 minutes to go before I end the show. I want to thank Sonia, Martin, Scott, Evan, Joseph for contributing tonight in this session here. And those of us who are listening but didn't comment, God bless you still. Join me tomorrow morning right here for Caribbean Connections. I'll be on tomorrow morning from 10 o'clock. Yes, talking Caribbean thing. You know, that we might even talk about the politics, we might talk about different things tomorrow morning. Caribbean Connections, what happened in the world might be part of our discussion. Not might be, would be. The US dollar falling terribly, and the Russian dollar is rising up. Yes, the Bible is fulfilling, So don't join nobody to fight to pray against what happened in Russia. It's a biblical thing. It's happening. Check your Revelation scriptures. It's happening. It's unfolding before our very eyes. So as the scriptures begin to unfold, watch what's happening. Don't watch what they wanted to say. You know, don't watch what they wanted to go to put more signs and that. This is just a terrible act. And you know, as they continue to talk about Putin humanitarian rights violation, America have killed a lot of young people, children, women and children in Iraq, Afghanistan and Libya. They have done it. In Syria, they have done it. Yeah, they almost destroyed the whole world in the Second World War. They want to drop a bomb on Japan and get the whole of Japan to surrender. 2 atomic bombs. Yeah, right with the whole nation. Damn, this is crazy. Yeah, Vietnam, Napalm, burning people up, killing people. Yeah. So now one invasion, going to call him a war criminal. And that's my position. So people may like you can understand the politics. But this is what happening. Central America, Bishop Romero on the altar, preaching on Sunday morning, was murdered. The death squad, the American death squad that operated in Central America in the 80s. 11 nuns was killed by the death squad. All backed and financed by the CIA. Allende, elected by the people of Chile. He did everything they wanted him to do, but he was not playing by the rules that they wrote, so they killed him and install their own dictator for themselves. It's okay for them to do that. They could write up laws to protect themselves that no American soldier will be charged for war crimes, even though they commit a lot of it. They have their own playbook for war crimes, how to torture, what to do to dispose and to call for regime change. What to do? They try to call for regime change in Pakistan. Imran Khan, a good cricketer, one of the best cricketers is now the president Prime Minister of Pakistan, because he seeks to get oil cheaper from Russia. Next door, call it neighbors. Get the oil cheaper for his people who is suffering, to get wheat cheaper for his people. America is calling for his extinction, that they must remove him from power. What is the reason? Because he wants to buy oil from Russia for cheaper for his people, and wheat cheaper for his people. We must buy from the American friends at a bigger, higher price. He says no. He is doing this for his people. So they're calling for a regime change. America. And don't be afraid. The election comes, they will finance the opposition, they put all the money behind the opposition to ensure that this happens. And probably with the military, because in Pakistan, the military always change power. They take power and install who they want. And they have elections thereafter. The military in Pakistan, in my view, that's my opinion, is more controlled by the US than anything else. But if I was Imran Khan right now, I'll change all the top generals, I'll fire all of them right now. Clean house. I would have clean house. Definitely, I would have clean house. Fire them all and put them on strict military watch. Get some sergeants way down rank and promote them. Because they're good. Promote them, those lieutenants, promote them. And get some good people that is close to you, make them your generals. And let them not report to nobody but to you, directly to you. Have serious leadership, military leadership that is loyal to you, and not loyal to the United States. To protect yourself. America can be calling on the call for regime change. Yeah, sorry, I do not hope I did not cross the line, but a conscious person and a radical Christian. Yes, I'm too. I'm a conscious. You don't cross no line. That does something. Everybody, I said it before, and I say it here, and I say it now. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I'm not gonna. I hope nobody to be apologizing for the religious Christian godly belief. Yes, I'm not compromising that. The scriptures have to fulfill. I'm not going to go against God's word. Yes, if it be, we have to be doing dress yourself for the wedding ceremony. The bridegroom coming, let's get ready. All the things that happen is scripture fulfilling. It's the beginning of the end. It's not the end, it's the beginning of the end. Something has to go in place. There's some changes have to be made for the end to come. You understand me? So sorry, even say sorry. I don't hope that I did. Sorry, I do hope I did not cross the line, but I am a conscious person and a radical Christian. You gotta be radical. You gotta be radical, and everything is still political. Because as Christian people, quote unquote, every decision that we make, everything politicians make affects us politically. So we too, as the Jewish people, as the Hebrew people, as children of God, we have to take a position. We have to vote, just as political. Yes, we have to get involved in politics as political, because they take it from us. Politics was a lot of the leadership that ruled Israel was appointed by God. You don't believe me? Check your scriptures. Yes. All appointments of leadership was done by God. Then ungodly men, they took the kingdom by force. We must take it back. We must go back to the enemy camp. But people say, I don't want religious leaders. Religious people did it before. David was, Solomon was. They were all religious leaders. They were religious leaders. And there was rich religious leaders too. There wasn't poor religious leaders. There was rich. Solomon had lots of wealth. David had lots of wealth. Saul was a man of God, despite he going seeking mediums, what you call palm readers and all this stuff for them, Zuzu people. He goes seeking them, and God said, no, seek me first, seek me. I want you to deal with me, not go to the people get. And God killed him. Take him out of the picture. Now, Nebuchadnezzar was a God man. He was a king. Yeah, yeah. He made the Jewish people start to go suffer under his hand. But he took it beyond what God asked him to do. Moses wasn't a rich man. No, he was a group in the Pharaoh's house. He was a poor Hebrew boy. But he led a nation, appointed unto him to lead. He wasn't rich. He had no wealth as Job and all the other people had. The people that he led, there was more rich people that he led out of Egypt that had more to his name than they had. He led them out. So when we have folks say they don't want to get political in church, everything is political. We must get involved in the political arena, even run for election in our political space. And don't be afraid to participate in elections. Pastors, evangelists, run. Be honest and run. Change up this thing. Take back what they took from you. Religious leaders, take it back. The hidden back upon the wall now. We must stand up for something or die for nothing. Those some of my religious folks, let me pause for our cause here. Some of my religious people criticize what I do because I don't hide what I do. I am straight up apolitical. I get involved in everything in my community. I believe that we should not shun it. We should get involved to change it. Prayer is not enough. Faith without work is dead. The song that we play is educational, informative, and self-changing, if you wish. We seek to educate people, we seek to have discussions that will empower people, because Christians have to vote. There is a situation going on in Grenada right now that is in the dark. It was on the front of the newspaper last week. A Christian brother had a business in Grenada. Yes, it was on the front paper of the Today, the New Today, about Mr. Philip Telesford, and about the chicken farm is going bankrupt or whatever it is, the statement was. And he's a Christian brother. Now, has a Christian community rally around him? Perhaps yes, perhaps no, but they haven't made it known. Has the church come around him and say, hey, the brother have a business, let us rally around this? All churches should rally around him. Are they doing that? I don't think so. If they hear about a brother losing a business, the church will run to his rescue. Catholic Church, Pentecostal, Anglican Church, Baptist Church should run. We are one in Christ. Surround him and make sure that business do not fail. But no, they're not doing that. I'm calling the churches of Grenada to make sure that this project do not fail. It's on you. If a brother failed in business, it's on you. You should help him. When you hear he's in a crisis, come to his rescue. Come to his rescue. All the churches in Grenada should rally around this. It's $1 million business. It's $1 million business. Can you imagine he makes in time to come, whichever church he go to, which organization he belongs to, and the people who work for him goes to church too, and they could pay the tithes as the church requesting of them. Imagine the people who work for him making $500,000 because the company goes so big. You know, there's 1% of 10% of $500,000 every month to a church. Imagine he makes $1 million a month. Over time, what is 10% of $1 million for a church every Sunday, every month? That's the kind of thing we deal with. So, as I get ready to get out of here, I want to play this last song because I got to get out of here too, Martin Scott. Here it is. Thank you for being here. Good night. Thank you all and good night. Don't mind them. And they are not different to those songs, etc. Thank you very much for your encouragement here. Yesterday they say I'm not a Christian. Some of them. But I play these kind of songs. I know who they are, and they can't scare me. They are just distracted.
Stand up for something or you will die for. People dying every day.
You don't see them on this station. They will never come on it. Lots of them they don't come. Even from my church, they don't come on this station.
Stand up. Stand up.
Many of them don't come. They don't listen to my radio station. I don't preach that kind of gospel. I don't do what they will expect me to do. Who can go Christianizing me? I would not be Christianized. I'm a saint. I'm a disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Workers out striking. Black cats protest.
Christians will be out striking, they'll lose their jobs too.
You'd rather break
the... Let us stand up.
Don't like the condition, so they're fighting the election. Before you sympathize, you'd rather criticize. I tell you, stand up for something or you will die for nothing. Corruption down with truth, still you will not vote. Why? Stand up for something or you will die for nothing. Killing going on every day, you have nothing to say. Stand up for something or you will die for nothing. Stand up, stand up. Stand up for something or you will die for nothing.
Yes, Jesus was a radical. He beat them under the temple. I have a beating some people under the temple too. But it's a different weapon to beat them out of. My tongue. Yeah, man. Some of them pastors and them sleeping women in the churches, and John Kerry mustn't talk about it. They're not godly men. They're using the church to exercise their sexual desires. I'm sorry for them. Some of them are sexually demanding. You will die for nothing.
Get up, my friend.
I have a good spiritual mother. She's not the church I go to pastor for me, but she prayed over me and this station. I love her. Before she knew me and who I am, she prayed for me every day. She would pray to me every day, so I know she prayed for me. She ain't saying she prayed for me. She's dropped a line of prayer for me every morning, for me and my family and for Gemfm. She didn't just talk it. So when I'm praying for you, she demonstrated that she prays for me. And I love her. This is what a pastor does. Participate in it. They love you, they see what you're doing, they pray for you. Yes. They just talk. You know, my daughter have a testimony. Probably she might do it on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I don't know if next week she'll testify about it. But she went in a prayer and fast to get a situation that she wanted in prayer. But, you know, and my encouragement to her always, there's certain things I told her from she was very young. She chose to get baptized for herself. I didn't force her, I didn't talk about it. She went and she decided she was getting baptized. She wanted to go to heaven from age 10, she got baptized. And she was born with a spiritual mantle upon her. And I know that because of I was sharing somebody how my wife became, and when my wife became pregnant, what happened. It was a spiritual intervention. Yes, it was spiritual. And that child was born out of a spiritual connection with God. And I told her she had to maintain that spiritual, don't lose it. And over time, every time I pray, she pray and fast for something, it comes for her. Today was one of the biggest things for her. Came through today that she was praying about and he came out to this. So let her do that testimony for herself. But I want to tell you, give a heads up that you have a powerful testimony. Not just any kind of old testimony that some people make up testimony, but she have a real testimony too. And I'm hoping that she'll do it Monday morning on her show with Pastor Daphne and Tex and so on at 10:30. Or Wednesday, I don't know when she's going to do it, but she'll testify about it. And I'm hoping that more people will spend time, in prayer and fasting, because certain things I said to you, it do come. This radio station was through prayer and fasting. The dream, vision, pray, fast. Dream, vision, pray, fast. It happens. This is not want to do something either way and to consult God. God was all over this. And not in a rush to get it bigger. God is building one brick at a time with this. And we are doing, and we're seeing the result of our prayer and fast. We're seeing people coming on board, people being part of this thing and letting it grow. It's becoming not just what we started off with, but it branched out to many things. And there's not a space for everybody. I said before to people who don't believe it, what we said was going to happen, go check out our vision and mission statement on our website. It's happening. What we say we want to do is happening. Go check it out. And don't forget to, if you could just make $1 donation, that's all you could afford monthly, please help us do that too. Yes? We're not begging, we're just asking you to support us to do our things. But there are people who call and ask for help, but we don't have that many financial resources to just dash it out there. We need help to help us to help others as well. So go there and make a donation and see what donation you're making to on the website, www.gemfm.ca. All right? And you can also drop us a line at gemfm.ca or genesismagazinerogers.com as our other web email. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for a wonderful night. And thank you so much for being here with us. And I want to say a pleasant good night. See you guys tomorrow morning, Sonia and Yvonne. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. All right. Tex will not be with us tomorrow morning because she have other obligation. Excuse me, for tomorrow morning. So join us tomorrow morning. Right here on Gemfm. One love, everybody. Thank you very much, Yvonne.
Speaking of DJ Soulaholic, you don't know the hottest and the maddest soca DJ from all about. I was young, stupid, and wassy. I went and married to Fox Kenny, and every time I having problems with she.
What who you marrying to?
Baby.
What who you dating?
Girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go. Baby. Girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go. True, baby, it's true. I love you, but baby, it's true.
I can see you hate me, but baby, you forget the nigga times they won't share.
Keep on praying for me too, Yvonne and Sonia Madeline Scott. Keep my family in prayer. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I will love you like before.
And much of you don't see much of my wife, but she's right there in the background doing a lot of work. Baby. She's the one that run the show during the day.
Boy, I don't want you to leave and go. I'm sorry, I will love you.
Yeah, same thing too, my friend. I want the best for our country as well.
I love you. Oh, honey,
we encourage our brothers and sisters to go out and vote for a change.
All of me life privilege was no extra. Making commitments to love you forever. Don't use your statement and say you would never. Talk about the time that girl you made me suffer. No woman in my life can't talk about them a river. I know some other guy could have been the best lover. Only if you would have stayed in my life much longer, girl. You would have to be telling your life out.
I must agree. We used to be a good company. But since you start riding with Barani, no longer you show due respect to me. Baby, girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go.
Yes, man. Baby, definitely, Yvonne. Definitely.
Girl, I can't take the pressure no more. I'm sorry I have to leave you and go.
true, baby, it's true. I love you, but baby, it's true. Good God.
I love you, I really do. I miss you too. Every time I feel your baby in me, it does remember calling your time memory. Baby, boy, I don't want you to leave and go. I'm sorry, I will love you like before. Baby, boy, I don't want you to leave and go. I'm sorry, I will love you like before. Not true, baby, it's true. I love you, oh honey, I do.
All of my life, girl, it was your treasure. Make a commitment to love you forever. Don't use your statement and say you would never. Talk about the time that try to make me suffer. No man in my life can't talk about them a paper. I know someone that I could have be them a slapper. Only if you would have stayed in my life much longer, girl. Would have to be telling you later. Care about your uncle or your grandmother. If they want to go right across your name, they would know when they really are traitor. Talking about how I'm a deceitful liar. If me a chance to hold my corner, nobody can glance a black man get stronger. Just because you know I'm just the father. For giving me a woman to devote my life. All of my life, but it was the right treasure. Make it
Hey yo, this is Boise, big it up. DJ Soca Harley, taking real music and bringing it out to the world.
Then get a light to the quantity. Then please stop and then they tax me free. They even tell the whole world that last week free. And for that the black man should be happy. But friends, when I look around I could see what they did was lie and mama guide me. Because presently in my blood country, still them hypocrite have access than me. Hear my plea, freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Sing it, children, for the young and old. Every boy and girl, let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Save the children. Some I know would never like my concept, but I wrote this song without no regret. I can feel like the rest and pretending I am not conscious about what's happening. Look how much Africans now still dying, and the pagan world see don't do nothing. But quickly they rush in the rock fighting. For the black man all still to control him. Hear me crying, freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Sing it, children, for the young and old. Every boy and girl, let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom, 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 save the children. Nelson Mandela a true example. For freedom he spent his years in prison. Ultra killed black people by millions, and government and business no invasion. Sharon to the massacre Palestine, and government and barbarian play big time. But I know for sure they can stop your time. So my people, time to rise up and shine. Let them know what's on your mind. Freedom is what we need. Not is what we need.
DJ Soulcaholic.
Freedom, not make believe. Sing it, children, for the young and the old. Everybody here, let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Save the children. The Caribbean resource for years they train. The way they exploit us keeps that damn shame. Them take we coconut like banana. We bauxite and go to Guyana. Trini Island also Venezuela. Them used to pop up the First Empire. And they called to such Castro said never. Look how long the poles and John and Cuba. Wake up, my brother. Freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Freedom is what we need. Freedom, not make believe. Sing children, for the young and the old. Every boy and girl, let the message be told to the whole wide world. Freedom.
Yes, for those of you who are still here and just listening to the radio, well, you know you're on radio already, but those of you here, those are listening to us right now, know that you can listen to us off Facebook on the website at www.gemfm.ca. Just go in there, www.gemfm.ca, right on the screen right now, scrolling across. Just check it out. You can, if you have a cell phone and you don't want any, or you can get on any device now, right? Or a cell phone, laptop, tablet, you can get it anywhere, any device. We are all over. And the best thing about it is also you can get us on the TuneIn app. If you have the TuneIn app, you could download the TuneIn app. It's a free app, TuneIn app, and just search for GMRFM. You can listen to us 24 hours because when after I finish here, the music continues, the preaching comes on, and the teachings comes on. Everything happening right here, 24 hours, non-stop radio going on. So please don't forget, stay tuned and log on and as we get out of here, out of this show, the music continues and the different things, Paul King, Douglas, and everything going on here. It's Friday night. So we're gonna have a party outside of this stuff. Join me there, and you can still text me. I say, John, I want to hear this song, I want to hear a song. I'm still here with you, just off Facebook for now. So you can make your requests be known on Facebook. If you're not, and tune in, or if you're not on WhatsApp, my number is there. You can link me up at 437-980-7467. All right, and let me know what song you want to hear. I'll be here for a while. Okay, before I get out of the studio itself. So please, we're going to stay here for next hour after this. So please join us on the other side. Those of you here, www.gemfm.ca. Can you hear me right there? This one, Edson Mitchell.
Another tune again. All right.
And see you on the other side. Love you. Blessings. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Ajamo Edson Mitchell.
I woke up in a special way this morning. I don't know why I feel this way.
And for those of you in Grenville, please visit my sister and my brother business, Cookies Pastry Delight, and Benjamin Street in Grenville. Check them out. Cookies Pastry Delight. Tell them about it on Gemfm. Go check them out right there in Grenville, the heart of Grenville. Afro's Chicken. She does it every Friday, every Wednesday and Friday night. Yes, every Wednesday and Friday night in Simon's. Yeah, Simon's area. And his chicken is $10, pork $10, and rabbit is $15. Go check them out. Support them, tell me about it on Gemfm. All right, you never know, perhaps sometime I might just give a gift to go there yes, and we send you and go get your gift. But we're not doing that yet. As soon as we start doing that, our grade and people could go there and get a treat on Gemfm. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love thy neighbor as thyself, I said, and put an end to violence today. Help your fallen brother by the way, and surely we would see a brighter day. Neighbor, 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 love thy neighbor. Neighbor, 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 love thy neighbor. We should live in love, oh neighbor. Come, come, come. La 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 la. Oh, oh, oh. I've got to let the whole world know this morning, this morning. 'Cause I never felt this way before. This morning, I don't know if it's just a dream. This morning, this morning. But it really makes me want to sing this morning. Little children, let me come gather round. Oh, my children, I beg you, hold on in hand. Are you ready to sing a song of peace and be happy? In a time like this, it's not yet too late. We could break down the barriers of hate. You should love thy neighbor as thyself, I say, and put an end to violence today. Help your fallen brother by the way, and surely we will see a brighter day. Neighbor, 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 love thy neighbor. Neighbor, 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 love thy neighbor. Mash it up. No more violence and crime this morning, this morning. It's reconciliation.